The ocean is turning red hot. You try to get closer for a better look, but you start feeling the air getting hotter and hotter, like reaching into an oven. And the sand is so hot that your rubber slippers start melting. The ocean has somehow turned into steamy hot gooey lava. You begin running inland and see a frenzy of people running wild. In reality, lava is made of molten rocks from below the Earth's surface. Deep inside our planet, like the distance between New York and Philadelphia deep, the underground heat from the core melts rocks like the sun melts ice cream. When these rocks melt, their temperatures can reach around 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. But don't worry, that only happens deep under the ground and in some specific areas, mainly around the Atlantic Ocean. And it only pops out of the bed when there's so much pressure that it flows up to the surface as a gooey orange superhot liquid called lava that usually erupts through a volcano's neck. But somehow, the entire ocean is made of lava now. And although from a far away distance, it looks pretty cool to look at, it's hazardous. First, say goodbye to the beautiful blue waves and the ocean currents. Unlike water, lava is thicker, closer to creamy peanut butter in texture, so the wind can't move it around like it used to. But that also means that nothing can sink or swim in it. So even if some ocean creatures could withstand the super high temperatures of lava, they won't be able to live inside it. Depending on their density, they'll either be submerged or float on the surface. So, all our marine friends and other creatures that used to call the ocean home must find another body of water to survive. The only animals on this planet that could survive the heat of lava would be the tardigrades. These cute microscopic creatures can survive in any extreme environment on this planet. From frozen icy glaciers to hot and fiery volcanoes. They can even stay in outer space under the cosmic rays. You run away from the beach along with everyone else nearby. The atmosphere is getting thicker, and it's not easy to see around you. You think to yourself, I should have stayed home. But home could be safer too. The heat radiating from all the lava alone would be intolerable for miles. So no more houses by the sea and beach resorts. You will want to ensure you live as far away from the ocean as possible. Most coastal cities would become instantly uninhabitable, especially areas touching the ocean with more than one side. Places like Florida, California, and Central America would become mostly unbearable to live in. And that's not to mention island life. Most islands would be so hot that no animal or plant could survive. 97% of the planet was made up of ocean water, which turned into lava. No place on Earth can hold snow anymore, as the world would look like a glowing orange lava ball. Temperatures will rise so much that the furthest place from the shores and even the highest peaks will still feel like the hottest day in a desert. As you keep running away from the ocean, you realize that maybe you're dreaming. But you look at your skin and see so much redness. The heat will still catch up to you even if you run for miles. All the offshore oil rigs and ships in the middle of the oceans will face plenty of problems too. Their metallic composition would glow red and melt instantly when in contact with hot lava. And even if it doesn't melt, you better hope nobody is on it. But in any event like that, they would have evacuated everyone. Meanwhile, at the North and South Poles, where the planet is at its coldest, all the ice covering the ocean instantly melts in contact with the lava. It would then cool down and solidify into rocky black landmasses, called igneous rocks, that are often glassy in texture. The moment the hot lava cools down, vast clouds of acidic steam and gases get released into the air, covering the sky. Scientists call those lays, which is a combination of the words lava and haze. Like when you exit the shower and all the heat comes in contact with the cold outside air, creating a haze, except this one would cover the whole North and South Poles and would be super toxic. It sometimes even contains tiny glass particles that are incredibly hazardous. And this laze can travel worldwide with strong enough wind and cover almost the entire northern hemisphere. It could also cover the southern part of New Zealand, Argentina, South Africa, and Australia. Flying an airplane through this gas wouldn't be the best idea. The heat emitted from the lava would be enough to cause significant damage to the exterior and affect the airplane's hardware. It's a good thing you found your trusty oxygen container. The air is barely breathable at this point. You go to your car and drive away as fast as possible. But even your car's taken some damage. You go out to the countryside where the atmosphere hasn't been affected by the lava yet. But even out here, the temperature is changing. The river you used to see on your weekly hikes is drying up. The plants around you are losing their green lushness. The animals around have migrated to different places. Rivers flowing into the ocean would create mounds of glassy igneous rocks upon contact, permanently creating natural dams. The remaining water inland, like in ponds and lakes, would eventually evaporate over time. With the rise in temperatures and no rainfall, it would be the end of water on the planet as we know it. The vast ocean water plays a significant role in creating clouds and rain. Without water in the atmosphere, the sun's heat would add to the lava. The world would be a vast barren wasteland. The nights would be hot, and the days even more seductive. Still, the lava cools down eventually in contact with the cool air. Soon enough, the surface would form a thin layer of black crust that would gradually thicken over the years. The thicker the lava, the longer it takes to cool down inside wholly. It would still be super hot, but at least if you touch it, you won't be directly touching the burning lava. That's actually how many islands were formed. Like the Hawaiian Islands, for example. They're entirely created by lava erupting below the ocean that dried over hundreds of thousands of years. It accumulated layers of solidified lava from below the ocean until it rose above the surface, forming islands and even mountains. As we speak, an active volcano is creating a new landmass in Hawaii. Scientists expect it to be a new, fully formed island in about 10,000 years. So now, the view that used to be the blue ocean turned into steamy glowing orange slime that will, in turn, quickly transform into a solid black wasteland. But don't think you can easily walk over that ocean. It could ultimately take hundreds of years to cool down and become solid rock. Until then, walking on that dried lava crust would be similar to walking on a frozen lake. Except that, in this case, one misstep would cause you to fall into boiling lava instead of ice-cold water. Some regions would even take thousands of years to solidify fully. The Mariana Trench, the deepest ocean area, is about a whopping 43,000 feet deep. It would take at least 5,000 years for that much lava to completely cool down. Many planets out there are so-called lava planets. A recently discovered planet K2141b has magma oceans, supersonic winds up to 3,000 miles per hour, and even rocky rains. That's right, the Earth is so hot that it vaporizes rocks and rains them back down. Remember that this planet is much closer to the Sun than our world. Their oceans once turned into lava overnight.